iPad is on.
All right, testing, testing, testing. Wow. Let's get project guys. Probably live on YouTube.
That's loud.
You said it's loud.
Plus, it's I can hear myself. Really.
Right now.
Okay.
Does it sound better?
Mhm.
What about you?
I'm good.
That was right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody that's tuned in right now. See if some people are gonna come in. Am I? I'm not logical. Yeah, I am. Okay. So who's gonna go ahead and start? You know, hear this?
Yeah.
Everybody hear this?
Mhm.
We have somebody on YouTube. Yeah.
Cool.
Two. Hi y'all. How y'all doing? Okay, we about to go ahead and start.
I don't see that you're live. You want your page?
No, it's okay.
No, but it's not showing that you're live.
What on Toy V show?
Mm, We're gonna get it. I can really do that for you.
Well, if you can't see it,
It's all right. Is it? Okay, here it goes.
it's
Yeah.
up. All right, let's go ahead and start this show. As the word says in Proverbs 4 and 7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And all you're getting, get understanding. Welcome to Logic Over Emotions. This is a platform for men to speak freely and women to find wisdom. If you would like to watch this on YouTube, please search at Logic Over Emotions Pod, one word, and you can watch us there and every Thursday at 8 p.m. I am Toya V. I'm your host.
And I'm Green Badu, 1E Mac 2.
And the man of the hour is
Brian Scott, but all you can call me B Scott.
welcome, welcome, welcome. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Had a real good day today. Sun came out.
Hey,
It's
welcome.
always a good thing. Tired. It's cloudiness and bad weather. Bring on the sun. Let's have some fun.
Bars.
Bird. Okay, let's see how many things he racks up. Lord.
And you know I'll be looking for them too. Like, come on. Give me one.
Tongue twisted there.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see the topic that B. Scott picked.
What do you wish more women knew about how men operated? There's 10,000 times more going on inside the head of a man than you have any idea. He's carrying burdens that you don't have a clue about, and he don't know how to express them, and he don't know what to do about it. And he figures if he puts it out there and communicates it, he's just going to be shot down, called fool, called weak. So he carries it inside, and you have no clue the burdens and the hell that most men are carrying inside and not even showing you. I wish more women understood that.
All right, Mr. B. Scott, what made you pick this topic out of the topics that I gave you?
Well, this topic is it's kind of near and dear to me for this reason. Um, I was asked by my wife not too long ago if there's a lot of pressure on me being the man, of the house. Um, and I had to think about it. And she said, because it seems like it's a lot on you. And I never took survey in that. I never thought about it. I never said, because, I always just handle it.
Right.
So I sat back one day and I just started thinking, I said, man, okay, I got to maintain this job. I got to stay out of jail. Got to I gotta take care of these kids. I gotta pay these bills. I gotta make sure that I'm setting the right examples. I gotta make sure that I'm conducting myself accordingly because I have people that are watching me as well. Um, it's a constant thought process that goes on every day. Um, and I think in the clip, he spoke about, you know, it's a burden that some men are not able to express themselves. I think that is um, accurate actually for for what he was saying, but not for me. I never have a problem expressing myself. I think though, for a lot of men, like they said, if they do express themselves, it might be a sign of being weak. Um, and I mean, depending on, their spouse or, whomever they're with, they always have to keep, I guess, keep the ship.
Right.
And, like it's so many times when um, I've been married for going on 27 years now, and there's always, things that, that come along, but you have to be that captain of the ship.
Right.
And you have to keep steering that ship, even when you see that iceberg coming.
Right.
You have to say, okay, there's an iceberg coming, but I can't let them know. I have to make sure that everything is still going smooth because you, as a man, which has me thinking if that's just an innate thing or if that's something that, we are trained to do and be like, yeah, because, of course, when guys get together a lot of times and, we have conversations, we never really, talk about, uh, things that burn.
Right. Right.
We get together, we talk about sports, of course, and, we'll talk about relationships, sometimes, current events, things like that. But it's rare that we sit down and we really, um, peel back the layers and, just ask what is going on.
Right.
Um,
Are you good, bro?
yeah. In in a nutshell, that's a very simple question, but it's one that is rarely asked. Um, and I mean, I've seen a lot of people, well, not a lot, but I've seen a few people have like breakdowns
Mm-hmm.
and uh, things in life just got too rough for them. Whereas we could just say to them, "Are you good, bro?" Um, just something as simple as that would 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 probably help.
Right.
Because we always been taught to be this macho man, strong, uh, don't show any feelings, don't show no don't show your emotions because it's gonna make you, look. My grandmother raised me and she raised me to show your emotions.
Okay.
Um, don't be afraid to cry. Now that's not saying that I walk around going, oh my God, pain is like this. I'm gonna cry. It's bad. It's not to that level. Um, and I think if you were speaking to people who know me,
Mm-hmm.
they probably would also say, "Oh, like he cried. That ain't something that he does." And uh, I'm very vocal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very open. I'm very transparent. So I don't have a problem, as far as stressing and when things bother me, people know. But for the most part, I will say that I mean I'm a little different. Um, which I'm sure there's a lot of men out there who may have difficulties
Right.
at, expressing themselves. And, I've had conversations with some of them, and it's just like, okay, bro, just, just let me know.
Right.
And they're like, okay. And then it gets right down to the last where they're in the hospital.
Right.
And you're like, dude, why you ain't
Say no.
why you ain't telling me this, way beforehand? And it could be something, as simple as things going on within their house. And a lot of people are really guarded as well. Um, don't want people in their business. Don't want nobody to know that anything's wrong. Because a lot of people don't have any problem putting it on the facade.
Mhm.
You know,
Keeping up with the Joneses, as they say.
wearing that mask to where it's saying, oh, everything's okay. Where in reality, you have every last bill that you own is due.
Right.
You about to get kicked out your house. Your car about to be repossessed. Your kids gonna have to leave college. It's just there's so many things that go on, within life that I think any real man would, would take on those burdens. And it just depends on how you handle them as to, as to what the outcome would be.
Because I remember last time, when you came on here, you were talking about brotherhood, right? You said those people matter the most. So do you feel like a lot of men are walking around with the wrong brotherhoods, and that's the reason why they can't come to their friends to say something? Or do you just think it's something where a man doesn't want to look weak in any?
I think it has a lot to do with the brotherhood, the people around it. Because I have a group of friends that I've known 40 plus years that if I went to them, they know me. So even if they may mess with me at first, and say something. But if they know that I'm serious, it'd be like, okay, bro, so what we gonna do?
Right.
I think you also have to use your discernment that God gave you because even when you have people that been in your life for a long time, they still could not mean well for you.
There you go. Number one.
You keeping count of them? Being number one. Yeah. So
Question.
yes.
Why do you feel that part of the reason that some men don't they have a problem expressing themselves is because if they do express themselves, now they have to actually face what's going on?
Yes. And I think that a lot of times we don't want to know the truth. Like I spoke earlier about the bills, this. A lot of people feel that if you sweep it up under the rug, it'll go away.
Mm.
Once again, I guess in my mind, I've always been the type to deal with things head on. I always tell people, like back when I was in school, and y'all probably don't know about this because this what guys do. They say, we gonna fight after school. Me and you gonna fight after school. Well, I was the type of person that said, no, we ain't wait till after school.
We do it right now.
We fighting right now. Because be stressed out the whole day, sitting there thinking about what time is it? No, let's just go ahead and get this out. I don't like dealing with soap operas. I don't like dealing with drama. I don't like dealing with no, let's go ahead and handle this. Let's put this all on the table and deal with it. Then we can go on with life. Because all that time you wasted in between there, it's just
Unnecessary.
it's just that. It's wasted time.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yeah.
Yeah, I used to to your point about like facing things head on. I had this is a quick little story. I had some nephews that they all lived together. It's like two brothers and then a cousin. Everybody family.
Mm-hmm.
But they were like beefing, like almost to the point to where they were gonna fight. And one of my nephews, he would be like, he would just walk around in the house and just not say anything. And but I didn't say nothing. Well, that's still a problem. Just because you're not saying anything, that doesn't dismiss the issue.
Mhm.
And then it also makes everybody else uncomfortable to be around you because we feel it. I felt it, and I don't live there. When I walked in there, like,
Tension.
oh my goodness, it's thick in here. What's
The
going
tension.
on?
The tension.
So yeah, like it's just not. It's not even just a thing of like
Exactly.
you're not protecting. You're not protecting anyone. You're not protecting yourself, and you're not protecting the people that are around you. I think
Exactly.
it affects everyone.
It does. It does. And that's another reason why I said, with you being the head of the household, back to the topic, if you don't handle it right, your whole household can be out of balance.
Yeah.
And if you're the head of your household and you're not stable, what's that going to do to the rest of your house?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now that's not to say that with you having a strong help me, you know what I'm saying, that they can't, bring you back.
Right.
But I think as a man, a lot of times uh we take that on, and some people handle it well. Others, to your point, they walk
Crash out.
around and they crash out. Yeah, walk around and they be like, dude, what the heck's wrong with you? Yeah. So yeah, you really have all types of people. I have I have a frat brother that he literally stresses out, and we, like you said, crash out. Like, dude, that's it. Why? What's man? See, you didn't say this and this and well, we saw. But if you would have told us,
That's like,
we would have right. We would have been there for you.
Right.
It ain't like but I've always been, and people that know me know, I've always been the type of person that I'm gonna be there for you.
Right. Right.
I'm gonna
I know that. I know that person.
you bring something to me, we're gonna talk, we're gonna rap, we're gonna solve it, we're gonna, there's a scene in the movie The Town. Really? Oh, you need to check it out. It's a bank robbery movie with Ben Affleck, and he goes up to his friend, and he says, "There's some things we're about to do." He said, "Some people may get killed, some people gonna get hurt." And his friend looked at him and said, "Whose car are we taking?" Wasn't no question.
Yeah, no question.
It wasn't no. In other words, I got you. Let's just go and handle this. And that's what type of friend you want.
Right.
Because anytime you're going through some stuff, the last thing you want is that friend that's ain't gonna give you pushback. Because then you're gonna be like, see, that's why I ain't gonna tell you in the first place. See, it's gonna did me twice.
Let's segue to this comment here. We have swear to God said that people use your vulnerability as a weapon.
Exactly. And that's why we talked about earlier. If I came to you and I told you that, let's say, I'm scared of cats.
Okay.
And I say, Toya, there's a cat in here. Promise you. I'm going. Listen.
I know.
I love cats. I love cats and dogs. Okay. But to your point, or to their point, if I told you that I confided that in you,
Yeah.
and one day we out somewhere and we're around people,
Right.
and a cat walks by, you go, y'all better hold on to B. Scott because he's scared of cats. He might run away. People that use, like you said, use that
Against you.
is, not the person that you want to be confided in. That's why, like we talked about that discernment earlier. Once somebody does it to you, then you gotta be like, okay. I have an aunt. Old school. Her name is Sandra. Aunt Sandra. I can tell her something and I will never hear it again. Never. I go talk to her, it stays right there. That's the one, I go to. I have another aunt. I go to her, and my grandmother would find out stuff, before. And I love them both, but I know one of them, is when I talk to them, I can take anything to them.
Right.
I mean, anything. And my grandmother was the same way. I can go to her about anything, which I guess that's what helped cultivate me to being the person that I am as far as being able to open up and to talk.
Right.
Because she never, stifled. I don't care what it was. If I wanted to know it, I would go ask her. She would answer. And that's why I guess now, as far as being a man, I don't have a problem expressing myself. But there's a lot of men I know that grew up not being able to express themselves.
Not having that safe place.
Not having that safe place, exactly, where they were able to, voice how they feel. So it just carried over into their adulthood.
So do you think that is because that you were raised by one?
Mm. That could partially be it too. My grandfather was there as well, and we talked a lot. Um, uh, it's kind of strange because my dad, who was my stepdad that I grew up with, was a quiet guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a man of very few words, and when he spoke, I was scared. He say something, I'd be like, "Oh shoot, did y'all hear him say?"
Mm-hmm.
Because he was. But that's how a lot of us grew up back in the day. Fathers were like, y'all watched the show with JJ and Thelma. Good times.
Good times,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay, the father. That was that was like, that strong dude that didn't say much. Went out, worked, took care of things, but you bet not, you know, uh, 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 say something wrong or do something wrong around me, or that was your what. So there were, and my brother, my little brother is a quiet guy who don't really, express himself a lot. So it's kind of weird, the contrast between me being the oldest and him. You know, we grew up in the same house, even though I, was raised a lot by my grandmother. We're just different people. Um, I've never
Isn't it
had
very interesting? You can live in the same house, but come out differently.
Yeah, because you have your own experiences, your own free will, your own free spirit, your own free thinking. So that's
But
that's good.
sorry, I just heard the sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I had to make sure it was the right chord.
yeah, could be pulling out the wrong thing. Sorry.
Go black.
Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. But mhm.
Got the low song. Yeah.
Yeah. Look. I gotta do this so I can see.
Turn everything down, y'all. So
Yeah.
Yeah. They're actually just talking about that ride or die trust
Yeah.
that you have in people. It means a lot. It means a lot because there's nothing like having that person that you can go to and express yourself and not have to worry about, the blowback. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like that's very rare in the brotherhood?
I wouldn't say rare. I would say just like with anything else,
Mhm.
you can have a circle of friends and you know which one.
You don't say nothing to.
Don't tell that dude nothing. Now, he fun.
Right.
You know, we can go kick it and, have a good time. But when I got some personal things
Mm-hmm.
that I need to, talk about and get off my chest, oh no, I'm going to I know this one. And then I could literally name it, but I don't.
I don't.
Like that.
But-
I don't do that.
But listen. We've been friends. Yeah, yeah. And we've been friends for so long. It's like, and I know they out there saying, I know.
He talk like me.
I know exactly who he
You
talking
get
about.
a text message.
Right.
Why you talking about me?
Right.
Put it said my name.
So, what are you talking about? Well, if the shoe fits, go ahead and wear it.
Right.
So,
It's it is a good feeling that, when you do. And I will say this, when you are in a relationship, a long one, a close one, I think that also helps you, to be able to express yourself.
Mhm.
Because you have someone that basically you're spending your life with.
right.
So you can't wait to tell them, things that happen during the day, or, things that happen to you, or you're looking forward to hearing what happened to them. So this burden thing, that as far as the topic is concerned, it's I think a lot of men, when they do have that person, that
Mhm.
special person,
Mm-hmm.
I think they don't want to they don't want to disappoint them. They don't want to be judged. They don't want to seem weak. They don't want to seem like they don't have everything under control, because we as men, we're natural fixers.
Mm-hmm.
We're natural problem solvers. We're natural superheroes,
Right.
where we can't show any fear. We can't. There is
Any fear?
there is no kryptonite out there for me. I am invincible, man. And we have to conduct ourselves like that, because that's how y'all will be. Like
Save me.
yeah. Oh my God, he's so.
It's like, I saw and I'm probably gonna say this wrong, but I saw a clip where this guy was saying that it was kind of like on this topic where men don't really share certain things,
Mm-hmm.
especially with their significant other. Like if they are going through like some type of like financial issues, because now if I tell if I'm your husband and I tell you, my wife, that hey, I'm probably about to lose my job or something like that or whatever. Now I'm no longer your superhero, and now you might leave me
Mhm.
because now you're like because we as women normally look at men as the leaders and providers. Where you're like, you can't, in this day and age, you can't leave me or provide for me if you don't have a job.
Right.
So like they keep like certain things like that to themselves because they don't want to like that keep
Like you
up
said, let
that
them down.
yeah let you down, disappoint you, or possibly lose you because some people don't marry for love. Some people marry for that. Well, some women marry for that financial stability. So I thought that was a good. I think I said that.
Yeah. That's very true. There was a time, I'm gonna say maybe 15 years ago, that it was the weirdest thing. We had like a little circle of friends, and it was probably about 5 or 6 couples, and each husband was laid off. Each one of us. And-
Wow.
yeah, at the same time. And it was crazy because we literally would hook up and go to
Y'all were going to working at the same place?
No.
Oh, wow.
No. We weren't even working. It just so happens it was the weirdest thing. And it was crazy because we would get together and go work out, and do, and we were like, oh, what the heck is going on? And
Was this like 2008 when we had the depression?
Recession.
Recession.
Depression.
Depression.
I mean, I'm sure it was a lot of depression going on.
man,
Yeah.
it was around that time.
Yeah.
It was probably around.
Yeah, because I know a lot of
like
people.
15 years ago. Yes.
Yes.
around that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stop hanging around y'all, but like it ain't finna hit me. Like, I'm
Li-
thinking away.
listen,
Y'all
listen.
keep me up when y'all get a job.
But the one thing about it is that each one of us are alpha men.
Mhm.
Each one of us. I mean, we all were like, that's why we weren't stressing. We were kind of like, okay, we know what we need to do.
Mhm.
And to this day, you know, we all are still, you know, holding it down and, you know, raising these kids and, you know, household and everybody's still married. So there will be times when, you know, you may have to go to your spouse and be like, yeah, hey, listen, I'm gonna need you to hold it down
Right.
for, you know, a month, maybe, you know, maybe 2 months, you know, things like that.
Because you said that in your other show that like it's important to have the right brotherhood and the right wife. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things that, you know, men should be very careful on picking because you do need that woman that will actually listen to you when you have hard times or, you know, not listen to you when you're, you know, in a bad place and also, you know, pick up, you know, the rope if the rope is dropped.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Exactly. And because what you said earlier made me think about something. Imagine being with someone and you go through a hard time
Mhm.
and just that quick.
They out of here.
Look, I ain't signed up for this. I'm out. And you like, hey, you know, you know who you're with. If I like everybody knows she's a hustler. So if there's a time when let's say you're not hustling, I know you're going through something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're sitting up there saying, oh, man, and this is what I say to people all the time, like on my job. I'm in sales. So let's say, for instance, if you go a couple of days and you don't sell something, I always tell my manager, I say, dude, come on now, you know, this is LeBron. You know, if I, you know, I'm used to, you know, I'm used to selling a lot, and
Right.
you know that. So if I don't, just you know, you may say, "Hey, babe, everything good?"
Mhm.
Yep, and keep it moving. Just like in a relationship, you know, my usual is, "Oh yeah, he holds it down, pays the house, pays the mortgage, car payments, insurance, cable, water, you know, blah blah." Only thing I got to do, I go to the grocery store. You know, that's all I got to take care of. Now, if I come to you and say, "Look here, you know, I might need you to get the water and maybe the insurance,"
Right.
it should be, "Oh, okay, cool, cool, no, you know, no problem," because you know this is not a common thing.
Yeah.
Now,
Temporary.
yeah, now if I'm coming to you, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 12 months, and I'm hitting you with the remember Gator on the he said, I'm kind of light. And then he do his little dance, and then he was looking for money. You know, hey, I'm kind of light this month. I'm gonna need you. So we know who, we know who we're with.
Mhm.
We know, what. Just like my wife knows that.
She just said soft life over here. So
Oh, that's. I was like,
yeah, that's why.
I've been feeling like maybe the wives be talking. I was like, okay, this must be the wife. I was going.
Yeah, because it says
So did she?
yeah, she just said soft life over here. I am at honey.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I
We
don't
support you over here.
listen. It's just it's small things that you know I don't let, because a lot of small things could start adding up,
Mm-hmm.
and then it could lead, to a big, and then you get health problems,
Mhm.
then you get,
Stress and stuff.
then you start stressing, then your relationship suffers. And then there's just a whole lot that's there that, you don't need. And that's just not me, but there are a lot of men who are like that. And then like, to use your word, they crash out.
Mhm. Or some men tend to internalize it and take their own lives because they don't have a place to say it, to express it, or they don't see a way out. So because I saw like over the years there's like those in and outs of he wasn't able to pay the bill, so he unalived himself or whatever, or he was in some hard times, or just like the man who, like, what was it? He was a certified something. He was the people that trades. He's a trader or whatever, and he lost somebody's money and he jumped off. Do you remember that? He jumped off the building because he lost somebody's money. I forgot. He had their portfolio or something like that.
Mhm.
And so I realized that, some people, or I won't say some people, but I realized that men, when they don't have a place, that's one of their ending results.
The worst place to be is stuck in your head.
Man,
That's the worst place to be.
yeah, because you're fighting yourself.
Fighting yourself.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
own thoughts.
Yeah, and that's where mental health is huge,
Mm-hmm.
because if you don't see signs, if you don't know, you just don't know. And men are really good at hiding until they aren't,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
And then sometimes it's too late when they get to that part.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, I want to shout out our sponsor real quick. This podcast, Life Over Emotions, is sponsored by Patriot Soul, which is a faith-based company. They would like to remind you of Mark 22:37-39, to love God Almighty with all your heart, soul, and mind, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. Please visit the website, www.patriotsoul.com. And also, for our viewers, the phone lines are open. We are going to take one or two callers. The phone number is 404-457-9923. It's in the chat if you're on, it's in the title if you're on Instagram. So on YouTube, I'm sorry I didn't put it in there. I'll do that next time. But again, the phone number is 404-457-9923. And I'll type it really quickly in the chat so y'all can see it.
So Beverly, she said, I'm sorry, Mr. Davis, my bad. So Mr. Davis said he was a stockbroker.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm like, Beverly, Beverly is a girl name, but
AKA.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay.
I was mixing her up with another guy. But anyway.
Okay.
Hey Beverly, how you doing?
I'm happy, girl.
I had to put on my glasses. See,
You can't see.
I know.
It's loud.
I know.
I can see it. I can see it. I can see it.
I know. I'm tripping.
There's one thing that she did say. She said COVID exposed truth about relationships as well. Eye openers for some. Yeah, because a lot of people realize that who they got in a relationship wasn't who they really got in a relationship with.
I think at that time, because a lot of people were used to going and spending minimal time with their significant other, COVID time, you really had to spend that time with them, almost to the point where it's like you're retired or something. Both of y'all.
Right.
So y'all have no job, nothing like that. But I'll say COVID, it was different for us because we loved it. It was, being able to, even though we're always on the go, we're always doing things, we're always finding something to do. That was good time for us to just
every household is different.
Yeah.
Every household
for us to just spend time with each other.
Okay, so how do you, when a man has a lot in his head? So I know you say you have an open, you have your outlet. You say you're very, vocal. Thank you.
I got you.
Thank you. Vocal about your issues. Do you have any friends that are the opposite of you, and then you actually have to be like, hey, you good? Because I feel like the reason why this may not happen is because there's not that one person to say, hey, you good. Do you have one of those people where you have to be like, they won't tell you, but there's something going on with them, so you step out and they'll be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? They was just waiting for a person.
Yeah, I think in a lot of circles, you do come up on people like that. And now that I'm thinking about it, I do have a couple of friends that, don't necessarily share
hmm
a lot. But if we were to have a one-on-one,
hmm
then they would open up.
Right.
As a matter of fact, one of my close frat brothers, he goes through things, and and when I see it, I'll say something like, "Bro, let's go get some wings real quick."
Right.
So,
Right.
and we'll go, and then he starts,
Open it
open
up.
up. Hey man, let me tell you about, and then I'm just like, okay, yeah, he needed that.
Yeah, some people don't want an audience. Like they don't want to have like everybody all just spill the beans, spill all their business in front of the whole friend group.
Right.
So it's better if it's a one-on-one type situation.
Exactly. And because to your point, I think more men are like that than not, because a lot of them, they have to keep that.
Yeah, I gotta be
You know.
macho in front of everybody, but I can kind of, turn it off a little bit if it's just you.
You can finesse it a little bit better. And I think also a lot of times, sometimes when people talk about stuff, it starts getting emotional.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you ain't trying to be
Crying in front of your homeboys.
right. That's a
It's crazy.
that's a
Because women, we be like,
I know y'all.
At any given moment, it don't even matter. Like, voice just let it out, girl. Let it out. Let me get you some tissue. Just saying, and rub your back.
It's okay. So you need a hug. Okay, so this is my question, because this is a platform for men to speak free. So how can a woman help a man that has so much stuff going in his head? What are some things that you can teach me and Bree, about how we can take our relationships or the next person we date or whatever it may be, even with our brothers or our fathers or whatever, male friends? What is it, some of the things that we can do or we need to see, we need to say?
My grandmother had a saying, and it was real simple. Real simple. She said, Brian, when somebody cares, it shows. And I was probably 16, maybe when, maybe 15, 16 when she said it. And in my mind, I was thinking, well, why are you saying that?
Right.
But as I've grown and people have come and go, you see, it's like you can tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can say anything. But if I come home and I tell you, if I say, dang, well, I'll tell you what, man, my feet are killing me. And you just, oh, okay. But if you thinking in your mind, if it's his shoes, and if he needs some art supports, or when
Mm-hmm.
you're caring,
Mm-hmm.
you're showing that it's more than just a surface thing.
Mhm.
So to answer your question, just pay attention. Just look. And every now and then you can even just just ask. Just like, just like I was saying, like how my wife, Tara will say,
Well, I know how Tara looks, so I can visually see
That's
it.
I'll just be sitting there and chill. It is hard, isn't it? Just being who you are, isn't it? Isn't it just hard? Like,
Mhm.
is there anything you need? Like what is it that you, and that's when someone cares,
She left.
they actually, they actually show. So, my thing is, if you don't care, then you're not gonna
You're not gonna act like it.
you're not gonna
It's
act
gonna show
like it.
that you don't care.
You're not gonna say anything.
So we got a few comments, Toya. I think that you might have triggered the audience. I see, we got comments on YouTube. We got comments on Instagram. So I'm gonna kind of go out of order a little bit. Your wife said that if your feet are hurting, she's gonna take you to treat your feet.
I'm ready to go.
I'm not rubbing your feet, honey. Everybody else will.
Yeah,
Go.
I ain't gonna touch your feet, but I'll pay somebody else to. Like,
I got nice feet.
you got nice feet.
I got nice feet.
You look like you like to wear sandals and stuff in the summertime.
I do. I do sandals, slides. Hey,
With the one between the little thong sandals between your big toes.
hey,
Yeah,
I wear them all.
I bet. So we have some men in the comments that are answering the question, like, how can we as women provide that safe space for men? This is some of that question up. Eli VZ1VJ. He said that on YouTube, he said honesty is underrated in a relationship, but trust is the foundation.
I got this.
And then I'm doing you look.
She's the
Oh my
moderator.
God.
Oh, okay.
She's my producer. That's why you don't hear
I'm
me
just trying to
saying
see.
We can move that
You
phone so y'all can just see stuff moving, but you can't read nothing.
You think I'm gonna do this?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
my goodness.
I'm
You're trying to get
Yeah.
out of my job.
I just saw stuff coming up and I was like, oh, okay.
Words.
Yeah.
Okay, we have swear to God. He said that be understanding, listen, actions are everything. Ace Alpha said, sometimes women can listen just to listen, not to give advice, but be that man's listening ear. Men need to vent at times, but they're hesitant because they don't want to come off as they're complaining. And then and then swear to God said, he added be intentional. And then your wife said nice feedback.
Told ya. I told you, no black toes and no scaly
No
skin,
corn.
no scaly, none of that.
Oh,
Nice and
okay.
smooth.
So what
Let-
are some other things? Okay, so I got be intentional,
Mhm,
Be understanding.
be understanding, listen.
mhm, mhm. And like I said, if you care, you'll pick up on it. I
Mhm.
mean, it's the weirdest thing, but you'll know. We've been together so long that I can it's weird. I'll be thinking about something and she'll say, you know what? I ain't had a steak in a long time. I'll be thinking, dang, I just saw an advertisement for Longhorn. Hey, I'm trying to, you know.
Now this is the second time in a row that Longhorn has come up in a
Well then, yeah.
in a show.
Well then,
That means we got
yes.
Longhorns.
Yeah.
Longhorn is just,
Again, them lamb chops
My
are
homie took
the
me to Longhorns. I know if you're watching, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
so just be like he said, be intentional, you know.
Okay.
And if you care, it'll be easy to see. Kind of like with us,
Mhm.
okay? We're natural problem solvers, but sometimes y'all just need us to listen.
Yeah, I told my my brother, I said when your wife comes to you, before she starts, ask her, you want me to fix it or you just want me to listen? And he says that has helped him. You know what I mean? Because she's like, I just want you to listen. You know, and he's like, okay. And he'll just wait. And she's like, oh, all right, I'm done.
Well, sometimes that's the hardest thing to do because once again, going back to the topic, since we are natural problem solvers and we have a lot going on, it's hard to turn that switch off because it's always on. So, you know, it's just a natural thing for us when you start saying, let me tell you what so and so did and so and so and so and so, and then you're formulating a plan in your mind. Okay, so how are we gonna get this person? And then and she like, no. I don't want to do nothing to him. I just want to vent. Now I'm gonna go back to the same situation tomorrow, but I'm just venting today. And you like, oh,
Call the dogs off.
right, you know, and you like, oh, okay, well, you know, sorry, but it's natural for us to problem solve. So when you bring something to us, a lot of time, even when him asking, so am I listening or am I solving? Listening. I guarantee you, he's still going. Hope she gonna ask me what would I do.
Right.
You know, hope she asks me for a solution because we don't want y'all to be going through anything. We don't want y'all to be suffering. We don't want y'all to be upset. We don't want y'all to, you know what I'm saying? Because we know y'all are emotional. Y'all are led. Well, it should be logical, but we know that you guys are emotional people. You are led by your emotions.
Right.
Whereas we, a lot of times, are more physical. You know, we're more, you know, and y'all are more.
My God.
Take your
I mean, so back to the comments. We have swear to God. He said, you know when someone knows you, and then you got family in the that's watching us tonight. Thank y'all, fam. The Eli guy that I was saying earlier, that is your uncle.
Okay.
And he wants whatever. Yeah, he said get in touch with his grands to get the right lens, my brother. Cause I guess with your glasses, you keep on pulling them on and off. So yeah, I guess.
Well, no, and see the thing is, I could just keep them on. I really could because I can see far and I can see close, but I don't want to wear
Understood.
them. I want to keep them off.
Swear to God also added, he said, no lie, once I hear a problem, I'm already thinking of ways to fix it so my lady don't have to feel anything.
There you go. See, I mean, we're just and don't get me wrong, ladies. It's that's a good thing because even though sometimes y'all may be like, oh, hey, he always wants to solve things. Always, we are constantly looking to make your life easier.
So when do you get a time to rest?
Us, it's the strangest thing. It really is the strangest thing. That brings us peace to be able to be that way. It's not. I know it
To
sounds
solve an issue.
Yeah, if
You-
it's what they
you
are
know,
naturally,
actually-
then that's
so
not,
when
it's
you
not
solve,
work.
okay,
Right,
so
right.
when you solve an issue, that's basically, you know, a attaboy, as my mom says. To
Like what he
you,
said
like,
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It makes us feel it makes us feel good because we're able to take care of you, and that's a natural thing for us to do. You know, as men.
Miss Scott said, I'm like, sir, I don't want a resolution. I want to be mad right now. And then swear to God said, we don't get a time to rest.
So does that mean you just wake up trying to solve problems and go to sleep trying to solve problems? Is that what you're telling me?
He said, I love being useful. So it's not. So yeah, it's like it's kind of like he said we don't get a time to rest, but he loves being useful. So it's not work. So there's
Right.
not necessarily a time to rest from that because it's not tiring if that's what you are naturally.
Right, and I guess because you're wired like that, it's not a problem. Like if you look at somebody's blood pressure or the stress, like mine, I'm fine. Just like when we walk into a club, soon as we walk in the club, we joke about this all the time. My wife will tell you, she says she turns her brain off. When she's with me, she's just like, okay, look at the butterfly, look at this. Whereas me, I'm like, okay, there's an exit. That dude got on a long coat and it's hot outside. I wonder why he got that on. And there's somebody at the bar who is going around talking to every woman. Let me make sure you don't come over here and talk to mine. And then there's one, I mean, we're constantly on guard, and we're okay with that.
She said, he is literally my value. What brain? And then 2 more comments, and then we're kind of getting to the 1 hour mark. So I have some more questions for you.
Okay.
So we have Seven City said, "What's up, said?" He said, "We don't even get a chance to rest on vacation, even when we're on the beach or out to eat. We're still on duty. That's just how we're wired as men." So yeah. Which I agree with that. Said, but it's basically like I said, like it's not from what I'm understanding, from what I'm hearing, it's not work. So I think that the rest word is kind of like unnecessary in that conversation. But your uncle, I love what your uncle said. Eli, hey Uncle Eli, is that okay? Because of the word, anyway, it says as a happily married man for several years, I've learned that listening is actually more logical when dealing with a woman. Look back and think about when you didn't listen. How did that go?
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I just so I get it, but I do believe that there's a time to sow and there's a time to rest. So I just feel like when do y'all have like that time? I understand because I mean like my thing is this and because it concerns me, right? Because
I can
almost like almost 100 men a day commit suicide. Almost 100 men a day in the United States. Okay, and so to know that it's like wow, like there's people that are actually their brain is just going and going and going and going and going, and they just don't have that moment of silence. You know what I'm saying? Or just that one part of like, baby, it's okay, you can rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need you saving me. Like, is that would you have the right woman and you can just be at home? Like, that's what I mean by rest.
Well, I
Like,
think
when do you get to be like, I don't have to be the bodyguard right now. I can just be.
I think when we go to, like, some cats go to cigar bars,
Mm-hmm.
they go there and, men were there and we're watching the game, we're smoking a cigar, we're talking about, just nothing. We may talk about the game, we may just talk about, you know, sports or something. Guys, that's a peacetime.
Okay.
That
Right.
going to when we go to, I mean, even when we go to, like, comedy shows or jazz shows or, going for walks in the park or, different things like that. Those are also peaceful times. And then, ladies, y'all can help us out being peaceful too. You know what I'm saying? And married people stuff, so married people stuff, we got to keep it PG. But
Right.
that's, what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's
I appreciate that.
that's a yeah. That's a because we drive down this road.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we go and we're gonna stay on this road. Okay? We're not gonna turn left or right. We're gonna stay on this road.
All right.
But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That is our piece as well.
Like
So-
in the video game,
Yes.
yeah, watching basketball. Or,
Playing golf, going to the gym, just sitting around watching the game, just doing whatever that where we're just like not doing anything.
right. Okay. I knew there had to be somewhere or something where you can.
Because you thought that hamster was on that wheel the whole time. Just
So anytime they're not with their family, I'm not even being funny because like we do the same thing though. Because like if we go to brunch or we go to the mall or something like that, like that's not work for us. That's fun. That's rest. That's when we get to like. So it's the same thing. Like when we not with y'all.
That's a good point.
We can.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to worry about feeding you. I don't have to worry about you leaving your clothes on the floor. I gotta pick this up, or I don't have to worry about any of that because you're not here right now.
That's a great point because that
She gets a ding for that.
We tired.
I gotta work on my new. I gotta work on myself.
You got 3
know.
more minutes.
I know. I think that's a great point because shopping to us is stressful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when she wants to go and shopping and stuff, and I'm standing there, she'll look over at me and go, "Look, just come on, let's go. You're stressing me out." I'm like, "What? I'm just
Because
here."
your energy. It's your energy.
Yes,
Like I said earlier, like just because you're not saying anything, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
I can feel it. It's thick around here. Get away from me. Go sit in the middle. Go to the food court. Go eat.
Well, because I think we're intentional with our shopping. We know what we want. We go in and get it. What you guys do is go, "Oh, I wonder if there's a sale. I wonder if this. I wonder," and then you're looking here, looking there, looking there, and we just like, "I need some pants. Okay, yeah, I like these. Okay, but it's all right. Let's go because there's a game on or something." And y'all like, "No, we're gonna spend the whole day." And you're like,
"That's what you do with your girls."
And you're like, "Out here, shop." No, kill me now.
Oh, it's a lot of comments, and I really want to get these. Okay, so swear to God, a few minutes ago he said, being single now sucks because I just have me to think about, and that men were made to pair with someone. If you need rest, and that's not the relationship you need to be in. And then your wife stated that like her going to the gym, that's her personal time. And then swear to God came back, and I guess he was talking about like what he
Consider
does when he
rest.
rests. Netflix, cooking, Goodwill, shopping. And then on YouTube, Uncle Eli, hey Uncle Eli, he said, learn each other without judgment and you'll be much happier. Men and women are different and that's okay. Yeah.
Uncle Eli gets a ding.
Yes, he does. Ooh, now you tired. We all tired.
He's family, so that's 2-1.
Ever.
Nice one.
Oh, that's what God said. He said that he must be different because he loves shopping. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on what we shopping. If we shopping for me, I'm good. But if we shopping for her, it's gonna be an all day affair, and I'll be like, and plus I'm carrying bags.
That's right.
I'm, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm paying,
That's right.
man. So
That's right. Miss Scott, we can go shopping, girl. Don't we can just we just gonna take him to the he can go, but we gonna leave him in the food court. He can just give us the card. Okay.
Leave them in the food
Leave him in the
court.
food court. Get him some Chick-fil-A or something.
That's usually what happens.
Some
and
wings.
that ain't bad because she know I like to eat. So that's
It
all.
works out. It
That's
works
all
out.
good.
It
Yeah.
works out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kill two birds with one stone.
Everybody
She
happy.
said yes. Okay. All right.
And we're gonna
Girls' Day. Okay. So it's like right at 9:00. Yeah, she did. Sorry. We done made her. Well, I done made a friend. I don't know if you already know her, but I done made a friend all through the
No,
time.
that's right. No, that's right.
All right. So let's get to the questions. We are at the 9:00 hour. So first question, Mr. B Squat.
Mhm.
What part of your life?
Mm-mm.
I guess that's not on here.
No.
Oh, you told me to speak into.
Mhm.
I'm not in the microphone, y'all.
Thank you.
What part of your life needs more intention right now? Your purpose, your partner, or your peace?
Ooh, my purpose, my partner, or my peace. Maybe my purpose, because my partner and my peace are
Solid.
yeah. I think purpose because I think a lot of times that can fluctuate. You know what I mean? That can change. So, and then especially as you get older, because you start thinking about a lot of different things,
Mhm.
retirement, paying in the house off. There's a lot of things going on. So I think to answer your question, it would be that.
Okay. Second question. What are you chasing right now that might be costing you more than it's giving you?
Mm. Are you speaking monetarily or just
Just
in
whatever.
life?
Whatever you-
Retirement. I mean, you know what though? Because here's the realization of that. The fact that I'm, and don't fall out your seat out there, but I'm 56. So in my mind, I'm thinking,
Like I'm cracking unless you do it.
man, I guess
Get the
she
ding.
gets a ding.
I'm back up. Get my
She's-
ding.
Yeah. I had to say that was a good one.
See?
So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm thinking, man, I got maybe 6 years, maybe. And a good friend of mine, one of my best friends, he just retired last year. And teaching for 32 years, hung it up, house paid for, the brother living, I'm
Right.
like, oh my God, I'm hating on you so much, I love you to death, but hey, you wake up every day, it's Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing that I'm, thinking of. I got to make this investment. I got to do this. I got to do that because I don't have 25, 30 years.
Right.
Okay. Question number 3. If your child or future child watched how you live today, like what lessons do you think that your sons learned from you?
What lessons do I think my sons for me? One is be intentional. Be intentional about what you're going to do. Don't say you're going to do something and don't do it. And then another thing is you have to be a chameleon. I used to always, say that a lot because you have to know how to not only speak the street but Wall Street. So, that's both.
Man and thing.
No.
She said, "Oh,
Yeah, 'cause I had to think.
And I don't know what to
like,
do. Should I do it or
yeah,
not?
like,
Gotta earn it. You don't ask.
right."
because it ain't my soul saying, I'm gonna let you. That's what I'm doing. But okay, while you
Right.
demanding that thing, you only have 2, and Uncle Eli,
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you have to be able to do both, so that you know, you're not, so you're able to deal with whatever comes your way. You're not a fish out of water, no matter where you are.
Mhm. All right. Question number 4. What emotion do you avoid the most, and what would happen if you actually faced
Mm, what emotion?
it?
Gee, the do, do,
I know. That's a good one because I don't really, I mean, fear and um no, I don't know. That's a hard one.
If you
Yeah.
did say that you were pretty vocal.
Yeah. That's
Scott, you got an answer to that? Maybe she can answer it for you.
yeah, that's a hard one. What emotion do I avoid, do I run away from? That's because I don't run away from, I don't really fear like when there's something coming up, I meet it head on. Um, uh, let me see, what's some other ones? Um, I'm
see,
why I was thinking of fear. Fear being the only emotion, love and uh, anger. None of those. I mean, I have no problem with any of them, with expressing myself. Yeah, that's definitely not a hard.
All right. And the last one would be, what does winning look like for you in this season?
Mm,
Retirement?
yeah, happy. Listen,
for
listen, happiness, debt free, top back on my Corvette, driving down the street with no traffic.
or you can put that the pedal to the metal.
Yes, right on the street with no traffic, looking over and
Seeing my Tesla outdo your Corvette.
I can't even lie. Can't even lie. That thing flies. But just I guess that's what it would look like. Yeah.
And your wife did answer the question for you. She said, to be honest, none. He is a great communicator. He has taught me to be better.
And you know what? You get a ding for that. Okay.
She got a ding.
Oh, damn. She got a ding for that. Oh, and by the way, swear to God gets a ding. You can't hear it, but on the
Right.
Catch the replay.
yeah, catch the audio.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
It's all right.
All of my questions.
All right.
You did a great job.
Yes, you
I
did.
appreciate it. You know what? I was thinking maybe nah, I don't know, but you ever thought about doing a multi?
Yes, we have. I'm in the works with
Okay.
it. Yes.
Okay.
This is a platform for men. So I want to actually see men actually
That's what I'm
talk.
saying. More men, like
Yeah.
have all men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and actually hear them actually talk out things and be a fly on the wall. Because the reason why I built this platform was because I realized that there were men in my circle, you know what I'm saying, and men that I knew. I had a friend that actually took his life, and I was just wondering, like if he had a place to lock into, to listen, to hear other people who actually went through what he was going through, like even having this conversation, I feel like it would have helped him because he would have saw that people that look like him actually are really going through the same things. You know what I'm saying? And so I do believe that men going to therapy is taboo, and I do want women to listen, because sometimes if you just shut up, you can learn so much, women. And that's the reason why this platform is very important to me, because I do want to see more men live. You know what I mean? Because what are we going to do without you, to be honest? You know what I'm saying? Because if I can't cut off my brain if you're not here. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm working in my masculine, trying to take care of everything. But yeah, I do believe that it is a place where, you can come and let me hear what's going on in your head. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know what? If I just shut up with the last boyfriend I had, I would have realized that he just needed a break. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I just want to go ahead and like tell y'all thank you. Go ahead and let them know where they can follow you at, B. Scott.
Well, on Instagram, you can follow me at Noop B. Scott. If you're on Facebook, of course, it's just my name, Brian Scott. And on, let's see, Twitter, it's also Noop B. Scott. And then, what's another one?
You got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
And then there's another one, isn't it?
And if you need, if you're in Atlanta,
TikTok.
In TikTok, and
Yeah.
if you're in the Atlanta area, they can do what?
They can do what? I don't know.
You can call if you need service, okay? For your
Yes.
Lord
Yeah.
Jesus.
Look, I didn't know where you were going, but yes. If you
I'm
live,
trying to help the pockets.
if you live in Georgia, whole state of Georgia.
Oh, well, the whole state of Georgia.
Yes, and if you need anything as far as Xfinity, then call me, holler at me, get with me, okay?
Go ahead.
770-855-8299. That's my work number.
That was so fast, but okay.
770-855-8299.
You do internet too? I'm gonna have to talk to you after the show.
Look, I got my card right here. I got it right here.
All right.
Ready for you.
Okay, go ahead.
All right,
Bree,
y'all.
my
My name is Bree Badu. Like she said, you heard her right. 1E, not 2. You can find me on Instagram at Bree__ Badu and on TikTok. Same thing.
All right, y'all. And as your host, I am Toya V. You can follow me at Toya Victorious. I also want you to go ahead and if this episode means anything to you, please follow, subscribe, leave a comment. On Instagram, please follow the Toya V Show. Please follow Logic Over Emotions Pod. Visit www.logicoveremotionspod.com. And if you really see us, because we need the support. So if you can, could you please check out our GoFundMe? Just search Give Men a Voice. We need the money for marketing and production to get out to more men and women. And yeah, other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Did you want to say something?
Yes, real quick. Miss Beverly, my bad. It says, what about the man who had the absent father? Do you think he is built to think that way? Which is a good question.
To be like a leader, provider.
Yeah. Or how would he think to be that leader if he didn't have that example in the household?
But wouldn't his mother kind of, because remember, like a lot of single mothers, they make their sons a surrogate husbands.
They do. I also think that there's other people that they take on, uncles, family friends, cats in the street, whether good or bad, you're going to find a role model or somebody that you're going to try to emulate or be like, whatever that example is. And sometimes you take a little bit from, some of your friends that you think are doing well. So, I mean, that could be, it could go either way.
All righty. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure you follow, subscribe, share our GoFundMe, just everything. Just please support so we can reach out to more men. And like I said, over 100 men a day unalive themselves. So if you know anybody that's struggling, please text 988 if you're in the United States to the suicide hotline so that they can get some help or assistance. You can also go to logicoveremotionspod.com and go to our resource area for men's mental health, and you can also reach 988 there. All right, so we're signing out. Goodbye, y'all.
Bye.
She said bye.